What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Crown. Today, I'm excited to introduce someone who is passionate about using sports to make a positive impact. Through her work with the Oklahoma City Thunder, she has helped create meaningful experiences for thousands of young people through camps, clinics, mentorship, and community initiatives. She is especially passionate about youth development, empowering young women, and helping others recognize their potential. Without further ado, let's get into the episode.
808.
What sports you played?
Yeah, so thank you for having me. My name is Rachel Taps. I am the youth programs coordinator for the Oklahoma City Thunder professional basketball team. Um, what was the last part of that question? So sorry.
What sports you played?
Oh,
What made you
yes.
fall in love with that sport?
Oh yeah, so I played basketball. I think what made me fall in love with it is seeing my older brother play, and then my dad was always so passionate. He loved football, but basketball was really his love. And so just seeing them, watching them while I was growing up, kind of sparked that. And then I started playing for myself and like just really fell in love with it.
That's really good. Um, if athletics disappeared or never existed, who would you be outside of what you do and basketball?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually did this in my previous role. I was in community engagement, and I still do a little bit of that, just not so much of in the community. So I
Yeah,
think if sports disappeared, I would be doing that. I would be in the community. I love fitness. I love mentorship. So I think I would be in the community mentoring more so. I love to leave people better than I found them,
yeah,
and just put a smile on people's faces, but also push people to accomplish the goals that they set. And so I think I would be in mentorship.
yeah. I could definitely see that. You have the personality and the spirit for it, so I could
Thank
definitely see
you.
that. Um, when it's all said and done, what legacy do you want to leave behind?
That's a great question. I think I want people to remember me by just the encounter they had with me. I would hope that even if it was a one-time encounter, I left them better than I found them. I think that's why God placed me on this earth, was just to impact people and be his light on this earth. I love to make people just smile and laugh. I love to have a good time. So if I
Yeah,
see you're downcast or something, I'll do something crazy or funny, just to get a smile on your face. That brings me joy, just
yeah.
to make people smile and make their day, even if it's just a hi, how are you doing? Good. Like that's interesting, giving people my time. So I would hope that I left a positive impact on everybody that I encountered.
I think you will. Just the few times that we've talked and FaceTime and gotten to know each other, you definitely have that impact and you give that energy, so it's good to match.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When did your relationship with Christ become personal?
That's a great question. I have two separate instances where I really felt his presence. I think the very first time that I had come to know him, like for myself, and really spoke out into faith was when I tore my ACL my junior year. Um, as you know, as a college athlete, like high school
Yeah.
athlete, looking into colleges and stuff, junior year is super important.
Yeah, that's the
Sophomore
big
year is
year.
when you start getting looked at, but junior year you can start getting offers, right?
Yeah.
So, I had about four schools there at my high school practice to see me and check me out during that practice. At the very beginning of that practice, I ended up tearing my ACL. I didn't know it at the time, but so, we go about a week before I get my MRI, we get the results, and I just remember saying, my mom started crying. And I remember
Yeah.
saying, I'm not the first that this happened to. I'm not going to be the last. And this is just a hurdle and a battle that God is going to get me through. And so I just like that just came out of nowhere. I've always been in church. Parents take you to church, you're going to get up and go to church, right?
Yeah.
But it's in moments like that where you truly start to look and like have your own relationship with God. So I think it was in that moment that like instantaneously. I was like, no, God got me. Like, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Don't cry. Like, it's gonna be okay. Uh, he's built me for this, and I was able to get back in 4 months, which was crazy. Um,
Man.
and I
Yeah, that's
think
really
that was
crazy. That's a
purely
speedy
because a lot
recovery.
of the faith and the prayers that were going up every single Sunday and each day in my physical therapy. And then the second instance, to make a long story short, my junior year of college at Kingsville, I was just in a space of isolation.
Mm.
I really wasn't talking to my teammates at that time. There was a lot going on with the team, and I wasn't talking to many people out there. If you don't know anything about Kingsville, there's not much to do out there. So I really felt like that was my season of isolation. I really started in the morning being more intentional about my time with Christ. And so I started listening to devotionals. I started taking time to really reflect and write notes and get in the Bible. And so I think that was like the pivotal turning point where I really felt his presence in my life because it was like me and you. This is just me and you.
Yeah.
I tore my shoulder. I tore
Oh
everything in my
man.
shoulder that at that time. So it was just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sounds like it. Was it difficult for you to maintain that relationship, especially being a college athlete and just in college? There's a lot of distractions that come with all of that. So, did you find yourself struggling to keep that relationship, or was it always there?
Oh, my freshman and sophomore year, absolutely. It was harder to maintain that relationship. You're younger, you're now, I'm all on my own. I have to
Yeah.
figure it out. I was in El Paso at the time, so I was 11 hours from home. I wasn't made to go to church every Sunday, but I was also in the mindset of like, there's no church like my home church. I was
Yeah.
dedicated in that church. I spent my whole life in that church. That probably was a bit of an excuse at the time, but yeah, it,
Yeah.
it was harder to maintain that relationship. It wasn't until again my junior year where I had lost all my friends and really been content with, okay, me and you, God, I'm really going to press forward and pour into our relationship and have a relationship of my own again and seek you and what you have for me. So,
Yeah, that's really good because I've talked to a few people who've kind of said colleges where they hit that pivotal moment where they started making it a little bit more personal, kind of like you said, they're on their own, nobody's making them do it, so it was kind of a choice. So that's good that you were able to kind of catch where you were falling off, but able to still
mhm,
maintain that. What does it mean to be crowned by God rather than the world?
man. I think to be crowned by God is to be seen, is to be chosen. Um, Man, you are seen and you are loved no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many times you fall. This world can be very unforgiving. We're human,
Yeah,
right? And so we have all these different emotions and we can be very unforgiving as humans. God is forgiveness, God
yeah,
is love. So to be crowned by Him is to be treasured, I think.
yeah,
And that's just a different type of man, love that you can experience. You can
yeah.
experience that here on earth. So it's truly a special thing to be crowned by God.
Do you find yourself feeling that pressure that comes with that? And then how do you manage that?
To be crowned or
Yeah, 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 yeah.
in this world. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because again, as humans, we're going to fall. And so sometimes you can get yourself so deep in a hole where it's like, God can't forgive me for this, or
Yeah,
there's no way God will love me through this. And so just striving to be as perfect as we can be, but we're not perfect.
yeah,
And striving to be as good as a Christian and person as we can be. It does come with a lot of pressure, but knowing that Adam and Eve were the first fall, right?
yeah,
Ever since then, nobody was going to be perfect. And so
yeah,
just knowing that as long as we're walking with Christ, as long as we're seeking Him, we're going to fall, but He is always there. He's going to love you. He's going to accept you with open arms as long as you're seeking after Him.
yeah. That's really good and very inspiring, and there's a lot of truth to that. Um, in what way has Jesus changed the way you live day to day, specifically in your field?
Ooh. That's a great question. So, to get a little deeper into my position, so I oversee 30 plus Thunder Youth basketball coaches. So, I'm managing a lot of different personalities. I have a lot of different demands that are coming
Yeah.
from them, from parents, from campers, at my job in general, my boss, my coworkers, and stuff. And so, I feel like Christ has really made me more patient. Um, and given me the spirit of just understanding and being more compassionate. I think before I had less to consider. I
Mm.
had, myself and a few
Yeah.
other things to consider, but being a manager over so many things, he's really, again, grown that patience in me and patience with myself
Yeah.
as well as them. I think before I was like, okay, this has got to be perfect. I got to get this done and it has to look a certain way. But he's given me the knowledge of not everything is going to look a certain way. Not everything is going to go as planned, but I
Yeah.
got you and
Yeah.
trust in me and know that I've gone miles ahead of you and I prepared the way. And I know what's ahead of you, but I still have everything you need to succeed in every moment. So.
Yeah, that's really good. And patience has been a key that I've been hearing in other interviews and even in my personal life. That's a big word, and especially working in youth athletics, I know that you get tested
You
daily.
know it,
So
yes.
I know you get tested. So that's good. That's really good. Uh, what's one lesson God has taught you through athletics outside of patience?
That is a great question. Ooh, trust. Trust, and that'll come up later in one of your questions, but really just trust. Trusting that his plan is greater than all of ours, and we can plan so many things and try and create our own path, but his path and his plan is greater for all of us than we could ever think of. I think of my journey to the Thunder. I never would have thought that I would get to the Thunder when I did. I
Hmm.
was wanting to get to the Thunder like 3 years before I did, but
Yeah,
to now look back and look on my journey and realize, okay, when I just let go of my plan and my timing and trusted you, you made it happen in the right way and
yeah.
everything came together. And so, yeah, just trusting him and trusting his plan.
Yeah, that's a big step too. It's hard to surrender when you don't know what
Mm,
well, you know who you're surrendering to, you just don't know
yes,
what. So it's like, yeah, that's tough. So I commend you for being able to do that, and you're a testament to what happens when you fully commit to that, and you'll be amazed at what things can happen for your life.
absolutely.
Have you ever questioned why God allowed something to happen?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can think of one specific time in my life. So I graduated during 2020. I graduated during COVID, and
Yeah,
so went right when COVID like became this big thing, we were about to go to nationals, my college team, and so my, I was one of six seniors. The five other seniors had had one or two rings already. They had won
yeah,
national championships. So that was a big reason why I came to this college. I was like, y'all are a winning program.
yeah,
I want to be a part of that and I want to finish my career off right. And so we're days away from going to Indiana to compete for a national championship. At first, they told us, okay, we can still go, but your parents, nobody else can come.
oh
We're trying to
yeah,
keep everybody safe. So it's like, okay, that kind of sucks, but at least we still get to play.
right.
It is the day before we leave. And they bring us in the locker room and they tell us that, everything's going to be shutting down soon and we won't be competing. And so in
Man,
that moment and days after that, it's just like, God, I worked so hard for this.
yeah,
You got me through so many injuries and all this training that I've done all my life for this moment.
yeah,
And it's just ripped away. You know, I had friends that weren't athletes that told me, and yes, they were right in saying this. It just, I didn't want to hear it at the time.
right.
And they were just like, you're so much more than an athlete, and God created you for more, which I agree. But it was like, no, I worked all my life for this.
Yeah,
And this unexpected thing, and we don't know when it's going to end, just kind of rip that away. So I think that was one of the biggest moments that I was like, okay, God, why? But looking back now, I had senioritis really bad. I did
Okay.
not want to do my schoolwork. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, basketball is taking my time. Like, I can do this
Yeah.
later. I did well enough to stay on the court, I'll just say
Right.
that. And so once COVID happened, I came out of COVID with a 4.0. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, all right. I know that was the big reason why.
Yeah. Yeah. Situations like that definitely lead you to questioning why, but it's always for some for purpose, even if you don't understand
Absolutely.
it. You
Absolutely.
touched on my next question a little bit, which is how do you respond when your identity starts becoming tied to your performance? And it's easy to do in athletics, very easy.
Absolutely. Athletics, my job now,
Yeah.
any job that I've had, wanting to succeed so bad. And when you do, it's like, dang, I did good. Like, I worked really hard for that.
Yeah.
I did good. And so, really, just understanding that I wouldn't be in this position or learning the things I do, being able to accomplish the things I have without Christ.
Yeah.
There's so many things in my professional journey that I look back and I'm like, that was nothing but God that
Yeah.
I was able to learn that I was able to pick up this skill, that I was able to be in certain rooms and function the way I do and communicate and hold myself a certain way. So, yeah, I think just bringing it back to I'm not anything without Christ. I
Yeah.
can't do it without him. And
Yeah.
if I try, oh, it's gonna fail. So,
Oh yeah, every time.
every
Every
time.
time. Might as well not even try to do it yourself.
Exactly.
Uh, how do you fight comparison, or what advice would you give to any athlete out there that's fighting comparison in today's sports culture? It's big with social media, NIL deals. It's gotten
Yeah.
crazy since you and I played. So what advice would you give them?
I would say my first thing is my heart truly goes out to this generation and the generations that are to come. Because, like you just said, it's so different from when we played and we didn't have to deal with half of what they're dealing with now, whether it's scholarships, NIL, social media. When we were coming up, social media was a thing, but it wasn't
Yeah.
as prominent. You see all these highlights, and now they're posting all of their posters. I got these offers and blah, blah, blah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we was talking about our offers, but like now everything's getting posted.
Yeah.
So, the main thing I would say to younger athletes that are coming up is your journey is your journey. It can be easier said than done, but God has you exactly where He needs you in that moment, and your process is your process. The more you try and look to the side, look behind you, look in front of you at what other people are doing, the more you're getting off track of your goals, and the more stressful it's going to be for you. So I would say just continue to pour into you, continue to self-evaluate rather than looking at other people's social media or what others are accomplishing. And if you are going to look at what others are accomplishing or what God's bringing to their life, look at it as a celebration.
Mhm.
That's something I've had to learn as an adult, and it's fun to celebrate others because it use it as encouragement. If God is doing something for somebody that's close to you, especially, that should be an encouragement to you that if he did it for them, he could do it for you. It might look completely different,
Yeah.
but he's faithful to finish what he started, right?
Mhm.
It says that in scripture. So I would say, yeah, use it as encouragement and pour into yourself more than you do into comparing yourself to others.
No, that's good. And it's tough. I've caught myself kind of doing that. Just looking how fast my career started and then kind of slowed down, thinking that I
Yeah.
should be further, looking at my friends and although I'm
Yeah.
happy for them, it's just like, dang,
It
I'm
can
happy
be
for them,
hard,
but man, God,
absolutely. I still struggle.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. So that's really good encouragement and good words that you're speaking. Um, what does compete for God's glory look like to you?
I think it's all about just trying to keep in the forefront of your mind who God has called you to be. what does his word say, right? What are we truly chasing after? Are we chasing after our own glory or for others to see how well we're doing? Or are we looking at Christ and saying, okay, would Christ be proud of what I'm doing, how I'm treating others? Even if I'm accomplishing things, am I doing it for his glory, for him?
Mhm.
And just always turning it back to Christ and what his word calls us to do.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. How do you stay humble after success?
Again, I think that just goes back to what I said earlier, in that I wouldn't be where I am without him. I couldn't have accomplished it without him. I'm a very hard worker and I want to accomplish things, anything. Most of what I set my mind out to do, I'm gonna accomplish. But um, I think, and it's not easy. Like,
No,
we're
not at all.
human. Of course, when we succeed, we want to be like, again, yeah, look at me. Okay, I did
Right,
that.
yeah.
Like, hello.
Yeah.
And you should celebrate yourself. I'm not saying don't
Yeah.
celebrate yourself. Don't um put yourself in a hole. You should celebrate yourself, but also taking a moment each time you accomplish something good or bad. Thank you, God. Thank you,
Yeah.
God. I I give you all the glory, God. Because
Yeah.
without you, I'm nothing. I couldn't have seen this come to fruition without your hand in some way, orchestrating this. So,
Yeah, and having that spirit of gratitude, it'll take you a long way and it'll keep you focused on your mission and the route that God has you on.
absolutely.
So we're getting closer to the end of the interview. This is gonna be like the rapid fire round. Kind of take like
Yeah.
3 to 5 seconds to answer each question,
Okay.
and we'll get started. All right, your favorite Bible verse.
Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, and plans to give you hope in the future. That always
That's
centers me.
Yeah,
Love
that's
it.
a really good one. I saw that in one of my studies today. That's really good.
Mm.
Favorite worship song.
Recover by Gene Moore. It doesn't matter if I'm having a good day, bad day, that song comes on and uh I just sing my little heart out. So that's
And
my
that gets
favorite
you
song
through
right
it.
now. Yeah.
Recover. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. Dream teammate.
Asia Wilson.
Asia Wilson. Okay,
Asia
she's a
Wilson.
dog too, so
Yeah.
that's a good choice. I want her on my team.
Yeah.
Uh, what word describes your walk with Christ?
Resilience.
Resilience. That's a good one. One word God has been teaching you lately.
Trust.
Trust. You did say that earlier.
Mm.
Finish this sentence. Being crowned means.
To be chosen by Christ.
Those are good. Those are really good responses. Um, I didn't have any other questions for you today. Is there anything else that you wanted to share? Any words of encouragement that you wanted to leave?
Oh, just know that y'all are special, that y'all are chosen by Christ, that y'all have a specific mission that you were on for Christ. Your journey is your own, and you're right where you need to be. You're doing an amazing job, even when it doesn't feel like it. And I want you guys to wake up every morning and look in the mirror and just say that I am chosen, I am crowned, and I'm loved by Christ, wholly and dearly. And just look at yourself and smile because God made you perfectly. So that would be my encouragement to you guys. I can't see your faces, but I'm proud of you. I love y'all, and I hope y'all going to do amazing things. And thank you, Isaiah, for doing what you're doing, for having a mission and seeing it through, for this platform, for us, yourself, to pour into the younger generation. That is so important and needed in this day and time. We're experiencing so much and they are experiencing so much trying to grow up in a fallen world and crazy world that's full of comparison, social media, all of these different demands that are on them. So thank you for this
Oh
platform.
man. Well, I appreciate it, man. I felt it on my heart to get it out there. So I'm glad people are appreciating what I'm doing. It's not for me, it's for God's glory. So I appreciate you uh speaking and sharing your story and just supporting.
Absolutely. I truly enjoyed this and I'm thankful for the opportunity. So thank you
Oh
so
yeah,
much.
anytime.